And welcome to Everyday Hip Hop. My name is Kamen,
And I'm Xavier.
and we got a lot for you guys today. It's our year-end wrap-ups. Who were the best rappers? What was the best albums? What were some of the best songs of 2025? Can you believe this year is almost over?
No, this year went by crazy fast.
Right.
It feels like we were just, thinking of some resolutions to not follow through on. And, we're about to do it again. It's crazy.
Right. And December got somewhere to be too. Like December has flown by.
Yes.
Christmas, New Year, and then boom.
Yes, Christmas got to be somewhere, and it's called Gone. Get it gone. Get it gone and get it out of here. Bleeding me dry.
Hey, it's that time of year, man. Definitely. Looking forward to talking about that. But we are recording on a Friday, and what just happened? What did we just see? Jake versus Joshua on Netflix.
That don't even sound intimidating.
At all.
Jake and Joshua.
Battle it out. Jake Paul faced Anthony Joshua in a bout, and if you guys don't know the Jake Paul story, everybody knows the Jake Paul story. He was this Disney Channel YouTube kind of kid that has grown into this celebrity boxer, has taken the boxing world by storm. It's saying a lot for the world of boxing when somebody like a Terrence Crawford just retires. Like, who else do you guys have in the landscape that's really, really like a serious pro and athlete in this genre that can also do numbers and bring forth an audience? Jake Paul is bringing forth an audience. So at the end of the day, it's a bottom line type of business that we're talking about with boxing right now. This man has taken the world by storm, has faced Mike Tyson. I think his first bout was knocking out Nate Robinson, and then he's
Oh,
went from
yes.
there. So I think they were saying he's 13, 14 and 0, something like that.
Inflated numbers.
But Anthony Joshua knocks him out. Where do you want to start with this?
Well, we could start from the beginning because the beginning told me everything I needed to know about this fight.
Okay.
Whoever is responsible for signing the UK national anthem singer
Oh,
and the American national anthem singer, the only woman from the Fifth Harmony team we do not know. Y'all need to stop talking about Fergie. Stop talking about Fergie
because
because what we heard today was some of the worst
yes,
singing I have ever heard. You can
right.
call it nerves. I call it doing too much. Or frankly, not doing
doing
enough.
enough.
That shit was just
Not
wow.
even knowing how to do what you're supposed to do.
Like we weren't even we were like passively watching the TV,
Right, right,
looking at like some music stuff,
right,
and I just hear the song going off and I'm like, who is bleeding my ears dry right now?
right,
So we just had to go check it out, and not only did the UK kind of set the tone for trash,
mm-hmm.
America followed right through.
Right.
But if you're gonna butcher something, I guess let it be then. Anyway, okay, sir.
Fifth Harmony definitely. The member, like you said, that we don't know. Um, wow. National anthem, horrible. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
pretty bad.
Wow.
It was definitely up there with Fergie.
Wow. Because it's like, is it gonna get this bad? Is it gonna get this bad? And then it got that bad.
it got that bad.
So then Anthony Joshua comes out to some. I don't know what he came out to. I don't know what record it was. I don't know what song. I don't know what they do over in England. But I was like, okay.
It was some Skepta.
May have been some Skepta.
He came with some
He
Central
didn't
C.
look so like confident and like ready for the moment and like all that. He looked like he was like skeptical of that moment. It was like, okay, is he really ready for this bout? That's what I thought when I saw him. Looking at Jake Paul and what he did on his introduction, I don't think I would have saw this to end my 2025. But hey, this is how this year's been crazy.
if I got to end my year with watching Jake Paul on his knees gripping a black man's leg, talking about some daddy, please stop. Hey, that's a good into my year, seeing how things have gone. But before this fight, I was definitely some of the people who are like, this dude is huge. There's no way Jake Paul is fighting him without some paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was going to be another Mike Tyson type situation.
Mm-hmm.
But coming out of a fight like that, where he received so much backlash for beating up a 95-year-old man, he had to fight somebody.
Yeah.
And he wanted that person to be Tank.
Right.
But I guess y'all finally decided to have a problem with Tank for things we
Already knew
about Tank.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. So instead of fighting the 5'1" buff nigga, this guy decided to fight the 6'4" buffer nigga.
28 wins, 4 losses, with 25 wins by KO. That was Anthony Joshua's record going into this bout.
And what would you rank this fight like? What was the excitement level of this fight?
Oh yeah, like going into the first, second, and third round, it was really just Jake running around the ring and like Anthony trying to chase him, and they're like just going back and forth. It was like no excitement in that at all. Things really didn't get shaky until it was time for Jake Paul to get knocked out, and as you mentioned, he was just on the floor. I don't know how many times.
Diving. Diving. Not like he wasn't on the floor because he was getting knocked out.
Right.
He was diving to the floor,
Right.
gripping this man's leg.
Yeah.
The ref had to tell him, hey, either you're going to fight or you're not going to fight, but fight. If the ref got to tell you to fight, the fight should have been called already.
Mm-hmm.
But they let it follow through because honestly, like Kane was saying, rounds 1 through 5 or 6,
Right.
Joshua looked like he was at a CrossFit like training camp. Limited energy, everything looked like he was just trying to get his heart rate up. And even at the end of the fight, once the fight was all said and gone, he was barely sweating. Like this was nothing to him. So he was just trying to, I guess he was probably like, I'm pretty sure they get paid by round. So he was definitely trying to stack it up. Because at first I was like, who does this man think he is? Like Muhammad Ali? He's like, I'm just going to play him out until he gets tired. Then I'm going to come in.
But that's really what happened.
That's literally what happened.
That's literally what happened.
And boy, was Jake Paul tired.
That's a professional boxer that's like still in shape.
Bro, Jake Paul was so tired, I thought he was acting. Jake Paul was so tired, I thought he was flopping.
And he was a little delirious out there too. For at least a round.
This man was out here sticking his tongue out after getting hit in the face. We're over here with overly animated jelly legs.
Yep.
Nothing about this fight was interesting. Hands down, top 2 worst fight I've ever seen in my life. Only second to that Mike Tyson fight. Because, well, Mike Tyson fight was better because at least we got to see his ass.
All right. So our top 10 albums of 2025. Before we even get to that, Xavier, I have some questions for you. So what's the first album, song, or artist that comes to your mind when you think about this year in music?
Oh, 100% Clips.
Mm-hmm.
I think Clips is what defined this year, and I'm so glad. Okay. I won't say I'm glad that they had these complications to push this album to this year, but I think if it wasn't for the Clips, 2025 would be a little bit of a shaky year. So I think Clips did exactly what they needed to do to keep hip-hop on the trajectory of greatness. Mm-hmm. So 2025 is the year of the Clips.
Okay. I would have to agree. The Clips, the rollout, the album lived up to what the rollout was. The post rollout after that as well. The Grammy nominations, Malice coming back to the rap game at this high of a level. All the combination of what we got from the Clips this year was a masterclass in hip hop in a different way that Kendrick Lamar had a masterclass in hip hop in 2024, coming off the biggest rap battle and things of that nature, and GNX that came out later on in the year. This was just, we got something. We want to put it out to the world. Can you do you remember the do you remember what happened? Def Jam, Xavier. Def Jam let go of the clips, did not want the album to be released. Um, they say for chains and whips, and I think it's for other reasons. It has to be. I don't think that Kendrick verse was that crazy for that to be the sole reason that Def Jam would let an album like that go out of the building. Ridiculous to me. But they signed with Rock Nation with like I think it was a distribution deal. So Clips really independently worked this album, and when the music stands for itself, like it's different when that music, like you can do all the rollout mumbo jumbo, you can tease the album and do all the things, you when that music is released, it has to deliver, and the Clips definitely delivered. I think that's going to be the first thing out 2025. Yeah, that Clips album 1000%. um okay, so the Clips, I think we both agree on that. Did hip hop win, survive, or take a step back this year in your estimation?
I would definitely say survive. I'm not amongst the crowd who thinks that, oh, hip hop is no longer in the top 30 or whatever, so hip hop is a failure. Hip
Mm-hmm.
hop failed. We should have been on Drake's dick and let him save us. No, mainstream hip hop might be a little shaky now. Mainstream hip hop might be dying, but hip hop in itself is surviving and thriving. I would definitely say that overall 2024 is a better year to me
Mm-hmm.
than 2025,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we've taken a step back by any means. I think we are still following the tradition of watching the party die and really
Yeah.
putting our best foot forward when it comes
Okay.
to the quality of the music and the content that we are putting out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're surviving. We're doing great things.
uh I'm either between win and survive, and I don't know. Like, I think people kind of blew the Billboard top 40 or 50 thing. There was no hip hop song. Like, a lot of people were talking about that, but I don't think that was really relevant in the conversation. Like, I think one of the biggest winners as far as artists of this year, when we had like the Apple, the Spotify, all these replays come out this year, like Kendrick Lamar and what he did with GNX in 2024. Yes, it was 2024, but it was November of 2024. So you only had a little bit of headway going out of 2024 and going out of an awesome year, that we saw some of his records dominate those charts. We saw what Luther did on Billboard for weeks and weeks and weeks. So, did hip hop win? Yes, coming off the biggest rap battle of the year, that guy then delivered an album that was able to sell and stay sustainable on the charts for very long period of time. So that's your number one act, and then you have your other guys like a like the Weekend and Cardi song was very popular. Um, Not my cup of tea, but a lot of people are listening to that, and that's going to go into a further conversation that I'll definitely have. But with that being said, hip hop has to be a win. Then you have your older acts. You have your De La Soul. You have your Nas and DJ Premier. You have everything that Mass Appeal was able to drop this year. I think you got a Ghostface Killer album as well. Like, you got some of the OGs that you may have not liked the full body of work, but you could reminisce. There were some great beats on there. There were some things that made you think why you herald these artists the way that you did. So you have to be grateful for that in the landscape right now. Uh, with how stretched out hip hop is. Like, hip hop is everything. So did hip hop win? Yes, I think hip hop wins every year, in a way.
Sound like a cop out to me.
What you mean? What you mean?
Hip hop won because we're doing our thing. Our elders are out here making music.
Yes, yes.
That's pretty much it.
I'm just saying there's so many elements to hip hop. Hip hop always has to win, is all I'm saying.
I mean, in
And
that
there
in
was
that
great music, I believe, as well.
I would say certain elements of hip hop are winning, but overall, we're surviving. I don't think 2024 did anything special enough to put us back in the lead of
Hmm.
anything. I still
Hmm.
feel like we are recovering from the battle.
Hmm.
People are still trying to decide what it is that they want to listen to. Are they still okay with listening to uh substanceless music like Drake, or are they okay with just listening to music passively while they go to work or they go to workout, or do they want to champion artists who really bring out introspective ideas and really put quality over the quantity of their music? They want to support artists like 21 Savage, who will go out and say what they think about music and how they just treat it like it's a money game, versus artists who treat this like it is their life.
I think there's a conversation amongst it. I think the massive audience is just going to do what's popular and they're not going to really care. Somebody comes in here and makes a record that everybody loves, they're going to flock to it. I don't think the consumer is ever going to be that like developed in their thought of what they really want in an artist and who's really true to the sound. They don't care about none of that crap.
No, yeah. And that's why I say survive.
Yeah, I
Because
get it. I get
the
it.
masses want more of what we are hoping is kind of weaved out of hip hop.
Hmm.
But that's what they want, because they don't care about the nuances of hip hop. They just want what sounds good. They just want the coolness of the culture. And when you're not given that, when your number one artist like Drake is not dropping quality music, yeah, you're gonna think hip hop is dying. When you got conscious niggas running the game again,
Yeah.
it's gonna look like hip hop is dying.
Yeah. True.
When you got rappers fleeing to country music like Big X, extra large Big X the plug, talking about, ah, man, hip hop is just, they just don't care about the quality, and I feel like with country music I can just do something different. Well, maybe it's because you were making generic ass hip hop. Niggas like you are the problem.
There you go. But like you said, there is a conscious guy at the top, and he sold a lot in 2025.
And our but yeah, that's facts. But unfortunately, our conscious guy is LeBron James. That nigga got 2 years max left.
Stop. Stop.
2 years max left. And who we left with, Bronny?
Double.
We tired
double.
of J. Cole.
Double back like a deluxe. What
Would J. Cole be
are?
Bronny?
Nah.
I mean, he's just Kendrick Lamar
Come
Jr.
on, stop. Don't disrespect J Cole, bro. Come on.
I
My
mean, they
guy.
can both dunk, but one dunk's better.
April 7th, 2024. The guy Apollo. Anyway, 2025 Xavier. We had a discussion about this before the pod. You don't think? Do you think that 2025 was a strong year for hip hop? And when you compiled your list of best hip hop, top 10 best hip hop albums, was it a struggle for you to get to the number 10, or do you think this was a great year for music?
I I don't think it was a great year for music. I think I think we did just enough to get by, with still holding on to those core values we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't think anything happened this year outside of the obvious with the clips. I don't think anything really stuck or really left its imprint on 2025 to really make you think like, oh yeah, this year was something special.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, the clips was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Clips was
for
amazing.
how long can we rely on our OGs to come and bring life back into the game? Because outside of that, the next one I would say, the next biggest album of this year would probably be like Jid, and that nigga don't got no motion for real. As good as he is, He's not making any. He doesn't have any cultural impact to me.
True.
So if we are gonna continue to rely on our OGs to come in and try to revitalize the game, then eventually hip hop is gonna die for sure.
But I think that's why we're in such a lovely place because we made space available for the OGs, hopefully to continue carrying the game. We didn't sing it like it's sad, yes. I totally get what you're saying. We've had this conversation a lot when it comes to the younger guys in hip hop and who's gonna carry the mantle, and you think about the amount of years that a Kendrick has put into the game already. Is like how many years does he have left? I totally get that. Um, but the quality of a hip hop album to you has declined significantly. That's what you really believe?
Overall, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Overall, I definitely think the quality of music has declined, and not only do I think the quality of music has declined, not only do I think the quality of music has declined, I believe the expectations of the consumer has declined as well. We don't expect our music to be as good as it used to be.
Hmm.
We don't expect it to have uh double entendre. We don't expect it to have a crazy hook that's catchy that we're gonna be stuck that's gonna be stuck in our head for 2 days. We don't expect a popular song nowadays, like we talked about. We don't expect a hit to last longer than 3 weeks. Everything is so microwave to the point that we know it, but we accept it. So I just think by the virtue of us just becoming mindless consumers to music. I'm about to call it music. We're
Really?
mindless consumers to music at this point. The quality of music has declined, and the expectation of the consumer has declined. So when a nigga comes over here and says that Drake hasn't been making good music for at least 5 years, you sound like you're talking out your ass. Because what do you mean? We got this. We got. What do you mean? Oh, he's been giving us all these great songs. That shit is ass.
And the bodies of work have not been up to par either.
Yeah, because we're not an album. We're not an album culture anymore. We are a playlist culture.
Yep,
These
that's true.
artists aren't dropping an album with the hopes of you listening to that album on repeat anymore. They're dropping an album with the hopes that you find 2 to 3 songs
That you
that
love.
you love that
Yeah,
you'll listen to all the time.
right.
So
That you'll
when
throw
you
on
when
a
you listen to
playlist.
an album and it actually has more than 5 or 6 songs that you
Hmm.
really like,
Yeah.
that's looked at as good. But the album has 17 songs. You're telling me there's more bad to mid songs than songs you would actually want to listen to, and we're calling that a good to great project? Nah, not my hip hop. Maybe
Well,
that's the hip hop that y'all niggas like. Not I.
well, let me go with my top 10 hip hop albums of the year. Number one, Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clips. Number two, Everything Is a Lot by Wale. Number three, God Does Like Ugly by Jid. Number four, Starline by Chance the Rapper. Number five, Alfredo 2, Freddie Gibbs. Number six, Reconstruction by Lecrae. Number seven, I Took It Personal by Nick Grant. Number eight, Kush and OJ's 2 was Khalifa. Number nine, Lonely at the Top, Joey Badass. And number 10, Life is Beautiful, Larry June, Two Chains, and The Alchemist. Those are my top 10 albums. Xavier, what's yours? And then we'll do some discourse.
Okay, so my top 10, I have number one, Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clips. Number two, God Does Like Ugly by JID. Number three, Everything Is Okay by Wale.
A lot. You
Everything is what?
a lot.
Everything is a lot. I got me feeling like Kyson that. I'm sorry, Wale. I'm sorry. Number three, Everything Is a Lot
There you go.
by Wale. Number four, The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu by Ray Vaughn.
Great album. Mixtape,
Number
whatever.
5, Murder of Crows by Mick Jenkins.
Great album.
Number 6, Alfredo 2 by Freddie Gibbs. Number 7, I Am Music by Playboy Cardi.
Okay.
Cultural man. Number 8, The Pilot by Mavi. Number 9, Bryson Tiller, Solace and Vices.
Great album.
And number 10, Good Things Take Time by Deontay Hitchcock.
Okay, that was a great album as well. Now, we're going to start some discourse. First of all, I see a couple things with your list. Your number 9 was what again?
Bryson Tiller.
So, are you saying that the disc 2 of the Bryson Tiller Solace and Vices, because it was a disc 1 of R&B,
Yes, sir.
and the disc 2 of rap,
Mm-hmm.
are you saying that that disc 2 just by itself held up to being your top 10 of hip hop albums this year?
I would say so.
Okay, why is that?
Because even with his hip hop side, it was more just melodic hip hop that you would expect from like an artist like Don Toliver.
Mhm.
So if I'm thinking like that, then I'm considering the entire album disc 1 and disc 2.
Mhm.
So I just think overall production, quality of music, replay value, it is all there in comparison to a lot of other albums that I saw outside of like the major 4 or 5 projects
Gotcha.
in hip hop.
All right, you don't have a Chance the Rapper.
That's what I thought you were gonna ask.
List. Yes,
I thought you were gonna say is disc 2 of Bryson Tiller better than Starline?
It's not.
And I would have said yes.
It's not. Why is Starline not on your top 10 hip hop albums of the year, Xavier?
Because of
Give Chance his credit.
Starline is not on my top 10 albums because of people like you. You're ruining it for me.
What you mean?
It was a cool project.
Good.
We're glad to see Chance back. We
Yes.
love Chance. He's making good music, and it's positive, great content, perfect messaging for the type of artist we expect Chance to be.
Yes.
Just because it's good and he's doing what you expect of him, we don't gotta act like that shit was amazing. It wasn't amazing. It was great concept, but executed poorly. He did not rap good on that album at all. He did not perform well on that project at all. And I know Chance the Rapper not being able to sing is part of the shtick, but not being able to rap was never part of the shtick.
Come on, man.
There was
Come on, man. Are you
that
being
album
a little
was
harsh, bro?
the album wasn't unpolished.
Xavier.
Was the album a little wabi sabi?
There was maybe a couple elements in there that were.
So
there could have been a little small, minute things that you're nitpicking.
So you're telling me you coming off of a stinker,
It
and you don't
that
make
bad.
sure your shit's polished?
Social media pumped up the big day to make it seem like it's something it wasn't. Number one. Number two, coming off of that, to drop an album full of great music, Xavier, you're telling me that's not a top 10 album this year? It's not a top 10 album this year?
I wouldn't even put it in top 15.
Come on, man. Come on.
Me
Come on,
personally, I am taking
Come on,
Cardi
man.
B over Chance the Rapper in 2025.
Come on, man. Come on.
Me personally, I'm taking Young Thug
Come on, man. Come
over
on.
Chance the Rapper in
Come
2025.
on. You're trolling. You're trolling.
Me personally,
You're trolling.
you know that alternative rock album Kid Cudi dropped this year?
Come on, man.
I'm taking that over Chance the Rapper Starline this year. And that's not even getting. You know who else I'm taking?
You're talking-
Coco Jones.
You're talking about this album.
Coco Jones dropped 2 projects this year that I would take over Starline.
You're talking about Starline like it's worse than the Big Day. That's how you're talking about it. I'm looking at this track
Arguably.
list right. I'm looking at this track list right now. This was a great album to just put on. There's not a lot of albums that I feel like this year you can just put on from tracks 1 to whatever and play it. And you know the Clips had that, and Chance to me with replay, just the full album in totality. Man, this is a great playthrough album.
So I think that's the same problem that I had with Wiz Khalifa's Cushion OJs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a great project to me, really good replay value, but to me, just because I can put this on and like I don't mind that it's on and got a couple good bars here and there and I can go do other stuff, that don't mean it's a top 10 project just because it's easy on the ears. Yeah, I can listen to the damn album. It's listenable. I should be able to listen to the shit. That don't mean it's a top 10 project because he had a couple bars here about the church.
That Young Thug album is unlistenable.
That Young Thug album
Nigger.
production, that was one song. And he got it over with quick. It was like the first or second track. The Young Thug production is 10 times better than Chance's album. Young Thug himself was rapping 10 times better than Chance
what about
the
the
Rapper.
album cover?
What do you mean? It's pretty much very kind of similar covers, both face shots. What do you mean? It's all up for interpretation. Okay, there's a lot of things we don't like about the Young Thug project.
Thank you.
You acted like it was on my list.
That one is just disrespectful.
You acted like it was on my list.
But that one is just disrespectful.
No, but if we look at it objectively, Young Thug's album had better production and he rapped better than Chance the Rapper did. I feel like there is a lot of people this year who had better production, who displayed better rapping ability, and overall put together a more polished album than Chance the Rapper.
That was a polished album, man.
It was an album with great messaging.
These were
that's
some
like
old
when you
and
you know what that's like, Cayman? If a girl ever just said, was like, oh, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. That means you're ugly. That means you're ugly as shit.
These were
nice
just
guy.
these were just older records.
He's funny.
Some of it was recorded last year, at the beginning of this year, and some of it was recorded in like 2020.
And when was Cliff's album recorded? When was Blue Lips recorded?
Long time
ago.
Yeah, long time.
No excuse.
Yeah. Okay. Why is Playboi Carti's "I Am Music" your number 7 album in hip hop this year?
I would say cultural impact alone. When I listened to Playboi Carti's album "I Love Music," overall it really wasn't for me, but I could see what his fan base gets from this. And having, like, I didn't go to the concert, but I dropped somebody off at one of his concerts, and just seeing the crowd and the excitement and looking at the videos of how engaged everybody is with that music. There's not too many artists who are getting that right now outside of like Tyler the Creator and like Youngboy and stuff like that. So it's like not too many artists are able to do what he is doing right now, and he put out a project which had tremendous anticipation. So I would just say, literally, just for the culture's sake alone,
For sure.
I'll put that up there.
For sure. Well, those are our top 10 albums of this year as far as hip hop goes. Hip hop albums this year. So let's move on to who do you feel like had the best production on an album this year in 2025?
I think it has to be. I want to say, in my heart of hearts, I want to say Jid. But I know it should be the Clips.
Yeah.
But I want to say Jid because it personally just fit my style a little bit more. But just objectively, I think Clips had better production.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. I think Pharrell is producer of the year, and if this album came out last year, I think he would still win producer of the year. Like, it's
not
like,
to me.
Oh yeah, because there was a lot.
Chroma Copy would have got him last year. That's the real reason they moved the album to 2025. Because Chroma Copy would have tapped that ass last year with production.
whatever they were doing in Paris when Malice, Pusha, and Pharrell got together, the creativity. They said that they had Pharrell have a very big hand in just the way some of the songs were going. This was a very big collaborative effort as far as production and the rappers went. This was a masterclass, and you lose Kanye and get out of the get out of the contract or whatever was going on with Kanye West and good music, and you being that right hand guy to Kanye West at a time for good music, and then you get to go back to Pharrell, somebody that you had history with for so long. That's like crazy to me. When you can go from Kanye, I mean, he had an album produced. It's Almost Dry with Kanye and Pharrell production. No matter what we think about the album, you still can call two of them niggas, and that's crazy to me.
Right.
So to tap in with Pharrell again for Let God Sort Him Out, um, Mike Tyson blow to the face, FICO, like So Be It. Ace Trumpets was released. Ace Trumpets and So Be It were released before the album even came out. Chains and Whips, like Birds Don't Sing too, just to evoke that emotion out of people to start your album. Like there were so many great production. All things considered, to me is one of like even though some of Pharrell's hooks were not the best, it did not matter because the beats were so hard. Kudos to Pharrell, even though he been saying some crazy stuff recently.
He backtracked a little bit.
He tried to.
He backtracked. A
He
little
tried
bit.
to.
That shit was wild though.
Yeah, it was. But I had to give him producer of the year for that. Most cultural impact. You know who I put for most cultural impact this year? It was Playboy Cardi. He's in your top 10 albums. I just couldn't put him there because I don't understand it.
Right,
And I don't want to have any further conversations on why I don't understand it and why it just don't hit me. It is what it is. But I think I read, if I'm not mistaken, that Playboy Cardi's album sold 200K first week. How many acts do you know right now that have had a hiatus like Playboy Cardi that can sell that and then go on tour, sell out? Like he's bringing in those numbers. Even though I don't understand it, you have to have that. Like he is still a part of hip hop in a way.
Oh, for sure.
So you do have a cultural impact. Like, is that my cultural impact? No, but for a consensus, I would have to say Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Honestly, if not Playboy Cardi, I would say NBA YoungBoy.
Yes, because he went on tour again too, and you saw.
Yes, you can see.
You
I
could
wanted
see.
to go. Like I didn't really want to go to the Playboy Cardi concert.
Right.
But part of me wanted to go to the NBA YoungBoy concert just to really see. Like I saw the videos, but I was like, I just want to see. I want to feel it. Like these. It's always different when you see grown men rapping hard a song word for word. They're like, oh, you really know this shit like that? Oh, this your guy. I was like, oh, I gotta go see. I gotta go peep. But maybe next time. We'll see. Maybe not. Probably not.
We don't know. Whenever that man goes on tour next time, we'll definitely see. But yeah, those are the kind of young guys that are moving the culture, and this is why Xavier had a soliloquy about being so scared about what the culture has to bring in the next years to come if we have to rely on our OGs. Like that's an important conversation. Who's leading this culture? Continuing and carrying that mantle.
Yeah, we got Jason Tatum was gonna lead us.
Yikes! When LeBron, Steph, and all these dudes retire, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Most disappointing project to drop in 2025. I got a couple.
I really only have one because I think there's only one right answer.
What's that?
The Carter 6.
Wow.
What was a more anticipated and bigger flop and failure, agreed failure, than the Carter 6? I don't think, I think that's the only thing on the top of my head that I can think of as a flop. Maybe there were some albums that just weren't good,
Mm-hmm.
but something that like we all wanted to be good and all felt bad to say that it was not even good, just but trash.
Yeah, you know that album was so bad, I didn't even think about it.
I'm saying it was this
Because
year.
I had the Young Thug album, the most disappointing. Coming off that trial, coming off all that public scrutiny, I needed like some real bangers, and I got none off that Young Thug album. But Carter 6 got a beat.
Did you see him propose?
Yeah.
I don't think the album did good.
Nigga
That nigga had to propose.
had to propose.
He said, "I need something."
That is crazy. You know, I also have two other things on this list. It's from two other artists. It's from the artists that I call the Light Skin Brothers. The non-drop of The Fall Off and the non-drop of Iceman, two albums that were projected to come out this year, did not come out. And I think that was a disappointment for both gentlemen, and maybe more so for J. Cole than for Drake. I just feel like the longer he's going to hold on to an album that he's talked about for so long, at one point some of the stuff that you may have thought were slaps at the time can get outdated now. I know you had to modify some stuff after you apologized to Kendrick. I know you had to modify a lot of them records on there. Now you're modifying records that are just getting outdated because you keep waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, if we're not going to get the album, just let us know. He had a whole podcast series around this time last year about his come up and stuff, like he's revving up for something. He performs at Madison Square Garden sometime around this year and says, "Hopefully I have something new for y'all by Dreamville." And then we hear that this was the last Dreamville Fest and this was it, and then we don't hear anything else from J. Cole for the rest of the year. Very, very concerning for the rest of his career. I understand he had a shirt that said "I'm retired," but he's looking like John Cena right now.
And I think you said it perfectly. J. Cole has been very quiet, like you can't see me type quiet. And like he couldn't wait for us to let go of that Kevin Mace. Like, please stop talking about it. Stop it. I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if we I don't think we're getting a project from J. Cole again.
Ever?
I think he's done. But I want to add to your disappointment list.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to add Roddy Ricch.
Thank you.
Because he
Thank
keeps
you.
being a part of great songs in the year 2025. He was on GNX in 2024 on Dodger Blue, one of my favorite tracks off of that. He had a song this year, I believe it's called Beamin' with somebody, I'm blanking on their name, but a great song. Every time I hear Roddy Ricch, I'm hearing great things. So why do you keep pushing your album back?
Every single time. That album had to be pushed back like 6 times.
It's supposed to be dropping this month.
Right.
It was pushed to December.
Right.
Pushed to the end of the year.
Right.
So there is still some hope, but the last time I got on here and said there's some hope that Roddy Ricch is going to drop, he changed it to December. So we'll check back in January.
Right. I totally agree. Major disappointment. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's not confident in the records that he has. But people were joking on Twitter that this is Roddy Ricch's last chance. So maybe he's trying to perfect what he has. But that was very, very concerning and disappointing. I would say J. Cole, Roddy, and then Drake ranks third for me because I feel like if Drake can deliver sometime next year, he'll be okay. Do you agree with that sentiment? That I don't want to rush him too much. It was kind of disappointing not hearing this solo project that they're just talking about is just the best thing since sliced bread. Does Drake really need to, make sure we're still recorded too? It's good. Like I don't want to rush him. So do you think that Drake really needs a home run? And do you think he should take his time with delivering that home run album?
Hey, I don't care what academics fat ass says. Nobody cares what top 5 says. Drake is literally too big to fail. I don't care how cringy he is. I don't care how bad the music he drops is. You know why? Because y'all don't care how bad the music he drops is. Drake is too big to fail. When he comes back, and trust me, he will come back. When we get a project from Drake, all it needs to do is be good.
That's it.
As long as it's good, as long as it's decent, as long as it's better than Iceman, Drake will be fine.
That's the name of the album, though. You're talking about
I mean the Iceman series.
the streams.
Like I know we're most likely gonna get most of those songs on there, but
I hope not.
re-record them.
I hope we don't. Like, I don't know. He said there's more to come with those, but I don't think the Iceman streams have been great.
Because why would you keep songs that are getting negative publicity? Like,
Yeah.
you're releasing it and people are like, oh, this shit's trash.
Yeah, I agree. Those were definitely most disappointing. Those are soon to come. Most disappointing.
Oh, one more.
Oh, okay.
Andre 3000 with the piano on his back.
Was that last year?
I think that was this year, right? Was that this year? Andre 3000 with the piano on his back?
Okay, because the flute was last year.
The flute was like, yeah, last year or the year before, but he dropped another one
He just
where
trolling us.
it was just like
We talked
awkward
about
noises.
This. We talked about this man too. He's just trolling us at this point, knowing
Yeah.
what we want, and he's never gonna give it to us.
Yeah, he's edging us on.
Yeah.
Don't go. What a come. Don't come. Don't come. I'm gonna come.
Verse of the year.
God. That's tough.
I nominated the man that came back, Malice, for verse of the year. He's also my MVP of this year as well, which is the next category we'll get to. But FICO by Malice had everything you needed from a rapper in it. Just the flow, just the effort, that literally effortless flow. How Malice can come onto a track. Malice was really the closer for a lot of these records on Let God Sort Them Out. And damn, did he hit some of these records out the park. FICO to me was one of my favorite this year. He does have my verse of the year for that. Dumb diddy dumb. Oh my God. Xavier, what's your verse of the year?
I would say I think the song is Superfly, Joey Badass.
Okay.
I think he has my verse of the year. He had a bar about his watch, where he was saying that the diamonds are so glossy they be cutting his wrist. He called it a suicide watch. I just thought that shit was too nice.
Okay.
So I had to give it to Joey for my bar of the year because I talk about him so bad. So I had to give him that one.
Joey been barring all year, so you gave him his respect for the year 1,000.
Yeah, I'll give him that one for sure.
Superfly. Who is your hip hop MVP? I said mine was Malice. I think how he came back. I think just what this album meant for hip hop. What he did on this album was worthy of him being the MVP, the best album of the year in 2025 to me. Do you have a MVP of rap this year?
I think I would have to agree with you with that one. If we're talking about the MVP, it got to be somebody who's in the finals. So it's got to be either Jid or the Clips. And I would say out of the Clips, the better performer of the two, because the expectations were just so much higher coming off of that hiatus. I gotta give it to Malice because not only did he meet those expectations, but he completely outperformed any requirements that were placed upon him. Shout out Malice, my MVP.
1,000%. Songs of the year.
That's easy.
Okay.
I'm about to swerve in the corner. Whoa. Hold on tight,
That
cause
does
I'm
not
tweaking
need to
this
be.
bitch. Let the,
That is not to be. In,
and
that
I
does not
heard
need to
that
be in
she
the
wanna
discussion.
whoa.
That does not need to be in the discussion for song of the year.
Is it not a song in the year? Shout out Jello. Shout out Jello for Tweaker.
Come on.
Then he gave us Law and Order.
Who remembers how that song goes?
I was about to say, don't ask me. I'll put it on. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, that's something else. Well, I don't fucking know. I just know Swerve in the corner. Whoa. If you want to talk about a cultural moment, that had people in a chokehold, came in. Okay. That song got him a deal.
Okay.
That song got that man paid.
Okay.
So I would definitely say it was a cultural moment for 2025 for sure.
Would you say, let's just throw some songs out there. Would you say that Nokia was a top song of the year? If we were saying 10 songs or 5 songs, is Nokia in that conversation?
Yes, but under Tweaker by Jello. Because when you really think about it,
Xavier.
Tweaker went beyond just being a TikTok song.
Yeah, but all you know was Swerve in that corner. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what everybody said came in. Then what did they do? Man, let me go listen to the full song. Whoa. Dang.
It was solid.
Why is the song actually kind of good?
It was solid.
Tweaker lived longer than Nokia ever did. Nokia was a hot week and a half. 2 max.
Stop. Come on, man.
2 max. Tweaker was there for a month.
I don't think it was no month.
Tweaker was there for like a month. Tweaker came in and it got him a deal. Got him a deal.
Yeah, just because
and he dropped the album.
Just because these record labels know who can give shout out to Jello.
The glasses were worth it.
Shout out to Jello. Just because these record companies want to throw, and I'm glad you got your money, bro. I'm not saying nothing about that. But just because these record labels want to throw something at somebody who is hot at the time and is not going to provide anything real to the landscape, doesn't have any foresight of what you can really be as an artist, but just caught something, we're not going to allow that to be like, oh yeah, that was just. I mean, I get it.
Whoa. And I heard that you want to. Whoa. Kane, what are you talking about? And just because you was talking shit? Kane, come on. Hey. Kane, talking about Chance the Rapper.
That was not song of the year.
No, Tweaker was though. Tweaker.
Nah.
Top 5 for sure.
What do you think about Folded by Kehlani and the year that she had this year?
That is arguably 1 or 2.
Yes.
If we're talking about top 5 songs of 2025, Folded by Kehlani. Well, we got it. Which one?
The original.
I would say the original.
The original.
That is arguably the number 1 song of this year.
Yeah.
I would say maybe what about Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter? You know, shout out the Poppies.
I've heard that album wasn't better than her album that she previously.
We ain't talking albums. We're talking songs.
Oh, we're talking songs, yeah.
Songs.
I'm just saying in general. So I'm not a Sabrina Carpenter fan, but all I'm hearing is her music this year didn't stand the test of what it was last year. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that's crazy. You getting into her bag all of a sudden, trying to dismantle her catalog on some J. Cole? You about to release an apology tomorrow. They're going to get on your ass.
I mean, hey.
But personally, one of my personal favorites for the year got to be Blanco by Wale.
Yes.
So I think
I'm so glad you brought that song up. That was one of my most played songs in 2025. Blanco definitely was that. Let me see when I don't know when that originally dropped, but I haven't listened to it throughout this whole year. I was glad he put it on his album. That put his album he had Where to Start as well that he pre-released. So he had some really good solid records before this album even came out.
100%. And I had that same kind of question too because I feel like Blanco came out in like 2023. Like
it's just been there for a while, but that was this year. That was this year. Believe it or not.
Year?
Yeah, it was this year.
It was a really early pre-release then.
Yeah,
but I think definitely a top song off of that album.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just for me personally, maybe not for everybody, but one of my most played songs this year. So I would go Blanco by Wale, my number one.
Okay.
I would go Folded number two. I would go with Tweaker number three.
Mm.
Peanuts the Elephants by Lil Wayne number
All
four.
right. All right.
And Nokia by Drake five.
All right. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
That wasn't a good song.
Nah.
He hates Lil Wayne.
What do you think about albums in totality? This is everyday hip hop, but hip hop is everywhere, and we love other types of music too. I love me some R&B. I love me some other types of music. When you look at your albums in totality, do you have a top 10 albums list um, for 2025?
Honestly, my overall music
Mm-hmm.
albums list this year wouldn't look too much different than my hip hop list.
Okay.
Um, a couple like honorable mentions would
Mm-hmm.
be the Coco Jones project.
Okay.
Um, I'm blanking on what was the name of that project. Why not? Wait, no, that's what she dropped after. Wait, no, yeah, why not more?
Why not more?
Yeah, why not more?
Okay.
Coco Jones, why not more? Honorable mention, especially for that R&B. But my girl Genevieve dropped a project this year. There's a lot of great R&B. Like your boy Giveon dropped a project.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Leon Thomas with
Don't say my boy this was my first project that I liked from Giving.
I don't know. He was riding for that pretty hard.
Come on, man.
Giveon. But Giveon, there's a lot of great projects. Saba dropped a great project. There's
Saba dropped a great
a
project.
lot of great projects this year. But I think overall, I think hip hop showed out a little bit more for me
Mm-hmm.
than the R&B did this year.
And dang, am I so happy that um, hip hop is going to be represented in the top albums list at the Grammys in 2026, and some of the things that are nominated, along with something like Mutt as well. It was good to see hip hop just dominate those types of lists. Hopefully, hip hop wins in those. But for my albums this year, um, kind of like you, there's still like a lot of hip hop in there. Like when it comes to albums, Let God Sort Them Out is my number one album, no matter if it's rap or any other genre. What I did put too was the Mutt Deluxe along with the Folks 7 EP track, putting those two together, and how Leon gave us different sounds, but is still performing records and giving us records at a very, very high level was very, very impressive to me. Everything is a lot. I can't keep on talking about that, but just music in its totality, the different songs that Wale had on there. He had songs for everybody. He had rap, real hard rap records. He had cool, chilled vibe records. He had introspective records. He had Afrobeat records. So it formulated into a great cohesive album. Kudos to Wale for that. I do have Beloved by Giveon. Very, very great album. I it wasn't the biggest fan of Giveon before this, but after this album, it kind of made me a fan of him. So shout out to Giveon for that. Also, I have Finally Over It by Summer Walker. I think it was a great ending to the trilogy. Now, some people are saying it's better than one or two. No, it's not. Um, at all. I think the first um Over It was, yeah, Over It, Still Over It, and Finally Over It. Over It was some of the best R&B I've ever heard. So great ending to it, but still need to live with it a little bit more. And then hip hop kind of ends my list from there. So there is some R&B sprinkled in, but that's why you gotta give hip hop some credit this year.
I mean, just because R&B didn't show up, don't mean hip hop just
Oh
excelled.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm glad you mentioned folks. That was a great
Mhm.
EP.
Mhm.
A shout out to El Mean as well.
Mhm. Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
two great projects this year as well. My shout out to my girl Tia Corinne as well.
Okay.
I wanted to put her in my top 10 so bad. You was very close. I'm sorry, very close. But a great project. Always showing just her overall versatility. So shout out
Mhm.
to her as well. I feel like there's got to be somebody else too.
I also
Oh,
want
Black Boy Max.
to no. I also want to ask you about the freestyles, like the Kaisana freestyles and stuff like that. We heard some people go up there and deliver a lot, so some of those best moments as well. But yeah, this year, I mean, it's still iffy. You're still very iffy on it. Looking back at 2024, um, where does hip hop need to go next in this next year? What needs to happen to make 2026 a great year in hip hop? And get that thriving score from you.
I think definitely leave the lawsuits alone first and foremost.
Yes.
But second of all, I think hip hop is just regaining its footing.
Mhm.
Every so often we go through a change of the culture. We saw it with 50 Cent and Kanye going from kind of street to backpack. Then we saw the change of the clause kind of just from Kanye to even more sensitive Kanye with Drake back into just more street and woman hate. No, hip hop is in a maybe I agree with 21 Savage. Hip hop is in a weird place right now. Maybe I do agree with 21 Savage. Hip hop is in a weird place, but a lot of times the niggas that are saying hip hop is in a weird place are the niggas that got
Make
hip
it
hop in a
that
weird
yeah
place.
that make it be in a weird place.
Like 21 Savage dropping his mid album this year, probably one of his worst projects he's ever dropped, with on top of that, a controversial album cover. He got me thinking a nigga is just trying to get an album of the year award at this point because I mean, he said it himself. Hip hop to him, hip hop to Lil Baby, hip hop to Drake, hip hop to Lil Yachty, hip hop to their circle is just a means to make money. They don't do this shit because they care about hip hop.
Yeah.
They do it because they know, hey, if I just put these words together over this trap beat and then scream pussy,
I'm gonna get paid.
I'm gonna get paid.
Yep.
And guess what? He gets paid.
Yep.
But that shit is mid.
Yeah.
Very bad.
I agree. Where does hip hop need to go? I just think we're just gonna depend more on our elder statements to carry it away. That's just the state that we're in, unfortunately. So we just have to continue, and I hope some of these guys don't disappear and talk more. Like we need to hear Kendrick talk more about this state. We need him to identify like if you're the top acts in the game, you guys just have to. I don't know. We're depending a lot on niggas that have been doing this shit for so long. It's actually scary. Um, but just hip hop has fused into so much. It's just gonna be what it is at the end of the day. I want it to be the true identity and makeup of what I know known it to be. But if that hip hop doesn't exist anymore, there's still gonna be hip hop here.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I just want to see that integrity and that standard being upheld. I want to hear great freaking music. I want to hear bars. I want to hear people getting back to the bars. And you see that slowly and you know changes slow. Changes slow. So hopefully 2026 turns into a great year as well. Now, I did want to shout out that Chris Patrick freestyle on the Kai Sanat um, stream. Dang, I so fumbled an opportunity to have a great moment. Fumbled an opportunity to have a great moment. We know what Ab does on the mic. Um, any freestyles you remember from 2025?
Only thing I can think of right now is the Absol.
Yeah.
Who I think the baby, he had a really great freestyle this year as well.
Hmm.
It was like a 7 minute freestyle over multiple
Oh
beats.
yeah, yeah.
Who else had a really good freestyle? Will Smith. Will Smith had a great freestyle as well. Sometimes I'ma act bizarre. So shout out William.
Shout
Um,
out William.
but no, I mean, I could really just think I only on top
Oh,
of my
Zeddy
head.
Will. Let's.
The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
He will.
Oh my God. Damn. Oh my God. Damn. Let's go. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. What you say?
This is the one that was
I'm in
trending
your
on
city.
TikTok.
What you doing? I know you be busy. If you not, then come get it with me. Late night, we gonna go to the club. Pre-game, we gonna get a little tipsy. Yup. She told me pass it at dawn. I'm about to go get it quickly. She wanna have a menage. Like, girl, I ain't know you was Nikki. I ain't know you was picky. Girl, I thought you wanted me to yourself. Damn, how can I help? Never mind, let me call up Chanel. When I'm done, we gon' call her your friends. Every friend that you got is a 10. Yesterday, I was partying all night. And today, we gon' do it again. Black truck, we go big body bourbon. Pop out, we got heads really turning. In the club, and I'm ready to pop shit. I might fuck around, spend niggas' earnings, yup. Look at my baby, she perfect. In the party, she making me nervous, huh? Look at your body, curving. So whatever you doing is working. Damn, go KC, yes. Damn, go KC, yes. Damn, go KC, yes. Damn, we say, I'm in your city. What you doing? I know you be busy. If you not, then come get it with me. Late night, we gon' go to the club. Pre-game, we gon' get a little tipsy, yup. She told me pass it at dawn. I'm about to go get it quickly. She wanna have a menage. Like, girl, I ain't know you was Nikki. Yes. Yes. What you say? Girl, I ain't know you was Nikki. She wanna have a menage. Like, girl, I ain't know you was Nikki. Yeah.
This nigga took Ice Spice whole flow though.
That is true. Shout out to my boy Zeddy Will.
Shout out Ice Spice.
Did you? Did you see what she was wearing to the premiere?
I saw niggas like they were like, "Why are you mad?" Patrick wore the same thing.
No, that's crazy.
That's facts though.
That's crazy,
She was covered up.
bro. Stop.
She was
You
covered.
can't wear that to no kids thing.
You're right.
Her best thing. Her best thing is acting and doing other stuff other than music. But that's a conversation for another day.
Who, Ice Spice?
Yeah.
What is she acting?
That movie with Denzel Washington and A$AP Rocky, where A$AP Rocky was running hella hard. Spike Lee directed it. It came out on Apple TV. That's
Oh, I don't got Apple
that's
TV. Thought you were talking about some theater shit. I don't got Apple TV, nigga.
But this is our year-end wrap-up 2025. Everyday hip hop. We will be back for a huge year for Black Ambition Media in 2026. I am ready, but for this year we are out. All right, peace.